The wine was warm on my tongue, but it did little to ease the weight in my chest. I leaned against the kitchen counter, the soft clink of the glass, the only sound in the stillness. The silence of the house had a way of pressing in when Ethan was gone. Another business trip, another week of lonely nights, stretching before me like an empty road. I stared out the window into the dark, my silk robe whispering over my skin with every breath. It was just past 9, too late for visitors, too early to call it a night. Then came the knock, sharp, measured, unexpected. I froze. A strange, inexplicable flutter passed through my stomach. I wasn't expecting anyone. The hallway floor was cool under my bare feet as I padded to the door, heart thudding a beat too fast. When I opened it, I felt the air shift. He was tall, lean, with dark skin that shimmered under the porch light, sweat glistening from the humidity. His uniform shirt clung to him in the heat, and he held a medium-sized package in both hands. "Delivery for Mrs. Lawson," he said, his voice deep and even. There was something in his gaze, something unreadable but intense, as his eyes met mine. A quiet pull, like a magnet humming under the surface. "That's me," I said, my voice smaller than intended. He hesitated, eyes drifting over the robe I hadn't bothered tying completely shut. My fingers curled tighter around the doorframe. Then, wordlessly, he extended the package. Our fingers brushed. A jolt shot through me. Hot, electric, unwanted, but undeniable. His expression didn't shift, but his eyes, they flickered. Felt it too. "Sign here, ma'am." I took the clipboard, willing my hand to steady, blaming the wine, the heat, the isolation. I scribbled my name and passed it back. "You're out late," I said, my tone softer than I meant. "Long shift," he replied, "but it pays the bills." I smiled, slow and unfamiliar. "Do you want some water before you go? It's hot tonight." A pause. His jaw flexed, eyes searching mine for something. Intention, temptation, reason to decline. He found none. "Sure." He stepped inside. The door clicked shut behind him, and suddenly the house felt smaller, tighter. He followed me into the kitchen, the space between us charged. I reached for a glass, acutely aware of how my robe shifted with every movement, how close he stood, near but not too near. When I turned, he was watching me, not leering, just looking, like he was memorizing something he'd never admit to seeing. "Here," I said, handing him the glass. Our fingers brushed again, the spark. This time, I knew he felt it. His Adam's apple bobbed as he swallowed. "You're not from around here, are you?" I asked, needing to fill the silence before it swallowed us whole. "No, ma'am. Moved here about a year ago." I raised an eyebrow. "Ma'am, I think I just felt myself age 10 years. He chuckled. "Sorry. Habit. You don't seem old to me." "How old do I seem?" I stepped a little closer. He hesitated, then said, "Young enough to be dangerous." The words struck deep, warm, thrilling. I stepped closer still, until I could feel the heat of his body. "Dangerous how?" His jaw tensed. "I should go." "Should you?" My voice dropped to a whisper. His breathing hitched. The glass in his hand trembled slightly before he set it down. "Your husband isn't here," he said, almost accusing, almost pleading. "I know." The words slipped out before I could catch them. He stood perfectly still, muscles coiled. I could hear the air shift with every breath he took. Slowly, I reached out, brushing my fingers down his arm. He flinched, but toward me, not away, as though he hadn't been touched in a long time. "Say the word," I whispered, "and I'll step back." His eyes burned into mine, deciding, fighting. Then, barely audible, "You make it hard to be good." I smiled. "Maybe I don't want you to be good." The dam cracked. He stepped forward, hand brushing my hip, a hesitant, trembling touch. Fire bloomed beneath my skin. "Tell me to stop," he murmured. "I don't want you to." The kiss came like a tide, tentative at first, then deeper, hungrier, desperate. His hands found my waist, mine tangled in his hair. Every inch of space between us vanished in an instant. My mind screamed warnings, but my body didn't care. We stumbled toward the couch, our kisses messier, needier. His hand slid beneath my robe. I gasped as our bodies pressed together, all logic unraveling in the pull of something far stronger than either of us could resist. His voice broke against my skin. "You're beautiful." I didn't answer. I couldn't. I just let him look at me like no one had in years. Like I mattered. Like I was wanted, revered, needed. We moved together, driven by raw, aching hunger. Time blurred. Reality melted away. In that moment, there was only him. Only me. Only the unrelenting desire that tethered us together. Then, a car door slammed. I froze. Number. It was Ethan's car. I knew the sound of it like I knew my own heartbeat. He wasn't supposed to be home until tomorrow. I pushed the delivery man away, my breath coming fast and shallow. "What's wrong?" he asked, panicked. "You have to go," I hissed, already moving, smoothing down my robe, trying to gather the fragments of my sanity. His eyes widened as he heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps crunching gravel outside. I grabbed his arm, pulling him toward the back door. "Go out the back. Now don't look back." He lingered for half a second, looking at me like he wanted to say something important. But he didn't. With one last searing look, he slipped out into the night. The front door opened. Ethan stepped inside, suitcase in hand. He looked exhausted. "Hey, surprise." He smiled, setting the bag down. "Got an earlier flight. Thought I'd come home to you." I smiled stiffly. "That's a nice surprise." He walked over, wrapped his arms around me, kissed my temple. "I missed you." And I closed my eyes, swallowed hard. The warmth of his touch should have grounded me, but it didn't. All I felt were the echoes of another man's hands, the weight of a moment I could never take back. Guilt clawed its way through my chest. It was suffocating. I had stood at the edge of something reckless and stepped willingly over. And now, nothing would ever be the same.